Hey kids, the program you're about to listen to contains some adult situations, adult language, themes, and other adult topics. If you're easily offended, this show's not for you. Hey, do you need a little more slide in your glide? Then you need to visit our friends at Spunk Lube. Spunk Lube, multiple flavors and styles of lube for all of your needs. Visit them at www.spunklube.com. Make sure you put in the coupon code KASBH, KASBH, and get your 10% discount every time. Spunk Lube. Hey, you crazy motherfuckers. Welcome back into another edition of Krazy Truth. That's right, I am your host with the most. I am Cole. I'm here with the lovely holiday spiritual all guru, Miss Amanda.
Hey.
That's all we can say it as. You say it with some bells. Hey, ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Hey.
And we are here with episode number 29. That's right, I wrote that down. Episode 29 of The Krazy Truth. Ooh. Man, we are so prepared and all over this shit. It's like we've done this show, 28 times. See how I did that?
Yeah.
I say about that all day long. Yeah, I'm pretty special. All right, so we got all kinds of cool stuff to cover tonight. I got good questions. You don't know any of the questions.
No, I don't.
Keeping you in the dark. The sound guy doesn't know shit. Nobody knows anything.
Do you?
No, not really. All right, so I do know this. We're going to start off with our regular sex story. Okay, so this is not actually a sex story. This is almost more of a... You're an idiot involves nakedness, okay? Is the best way to do that. Ooh, the sound guy liked that one. Sorry, that D was a little loud. All right, so apparently some football players at Byron High School in Byron, Illinois.
It's a high school?
It's a high school.
Okay.
Made the decision that it would be a good idea to go streaking at a home football game. There were 10 of them. So they went streaking across the field at a home football game. Probably not a good idea.
Probably not.
Okay. You know what's even a worse idea? Having Oreos stuck up your ass when you do it. That's right. All 10 of them went streaking with Oreos jammed in their butt crack and up their butts. This made the news, to say the least. So, upon further investigation, they have determined this was not a hazing incident. This was not a bullying situation. That's right. These stupid motherfuckers chose to do it all on their own. It's one thing to fucking streak. Why do you need to stick cookies up your ass? Ooh, make it taste better? What the fuck? Cream filling.
It was probably just in their butt cheeks to see if they could hold it and run at the same time.
Why would you think that way? Why would this is okay?
I would do it.
What would make somebody go, you know what? Man, these cookies are delicious. Let's stick them up our ass and run across a football field.
It's just to see if you can run with your butt clenched.
All you gotta do is have the shits, and then you can find out if you can run with your butt clenched, and you don't need to do it naked at a home football game. Here's the best part with this, though. There was repercussions for this team. These 10 young men all got suspended for 3 games. Guess what one of those games was?
Dun, dun, dun.
Their state championship final game, and they lost. Hey, congratulations, cookie boy. I bet you're real proud of that. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of things in high school I would not want to have to go home and tell my mom and dad. One of them was suspended for 3 games for shoving cookies up my ass and running across the field. My dad would have probably let it go with the streaking. Yeah. He would have let that go. He'd have been, all right, whatever. I don't care. But the cookie part, he'd have just fucking beat the crap out of me. So yeah, there you go. See, stupidity, it starts young, it starts early. I'll bet you, that's in high school. So let's say give it about 5 years. So when Krazy Truth is about 5 years old, we'll probably be doing another weird sex story about some of these same gentlemen sticking their penises some places they're not supposed to, like meat grinders and shit. Just saying. Do girls think like that?
No.
When you're in high school, was there ever a time that went, you know what, let's see if we can all get naked and shove some of our cooter and run across the field?
No.
How about now?
How impressive is that for a guy, though? Wouldn't that... if you're a grower and not a shower...
Well, yeah.
Unless they had their hand over their...
Maybe that was the whole idea of the cookies. If they're all looking to see if we're dropping Oreos out of our ass, they won't be looking at our junk.
How did anybody know that they would... Unless you have, a giant cookie, how would you even know there was a cookie in their ass?
That's not a cookie, that's a cake. apparently it made it sound like it alluded to that there was more than one per ass. Like they were, like it was obviously like
they were obviously holding something between their butt cheeks?
Yeah, I guess all I can figure out is they're trying to make it look like they're shit. I don't know. Somebody had to tackle them. They had to stop somewhere. And that's when the whole cookie escapade...
I doubt they would tackle them. They'd probably just get them off the field and then, I don't know.
Yeah, what they should have done is brought them back on the field. That'd been a better punishment. Bring them back out and at halftime, put them right in the middle of the band and have the band open up, play a song around them, stand there naked, not letting them cover their little growers, not showers. That would have been a punishment. There goes your prom date, kids. Just saying. All right, so moving away from high schoolers and cookies in their asses, because why wouldn't you? Let's move on, shall we?
We shall.
All right, so the questions tonight, now I have a series of questions, and they all kind of worked out pretty well together. I kind of put that cigarette out with one drag. That was awesome.
There you go.
Burn that for flavor. Anyway, it's like incense. Same. Future sponsor, hopefully. It starts with an M and it burns so smooth. Anyways, all right, so all these questions kind of tie in together. So what we're going to tackle, kind of hate to say that after that last story, but what we're going to tackle today is we're going to talk about soft swap versus full swap.
Okay.
Okay, so now but we're gonna preface this because here's the deal. As much as I want to get hate mail because it's kind of funny, I want it to be known. You'll hear some things questions that'll sound somewhat derogatory-ish towards one side or the other. All I do is read the fucking questions, folks. Okay, I don't make this shit up. I just read them. Okay.
Okay.
So don't hate on me for that. I'll give you plenty of other things to hate on me about. I promise. Okay, so the first question comes to us. It comes from us. No, it comes to us from the East Coast. That's all I got from the East Coast. And the question is, why do so many couples start off with soft swap when they're first in the lifestyle versus full swap?
Okay.
So there you go. So answer. I'll sit back. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, that's just out of comfort.
Well, but now wait a minute. Okay, everybody says that. Everybody says it's out of comfort. Let's talk about what soft swap is versus full swap.
Okay.
Okay. Full swap is you're married to somebody else, I'm married to somebody else. Okay, picture this just for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. We hook up, or we say hi, we have drinks, whatever the case may be, we chat. And you and I go fuck, or we fuck, and the other couple fucks. That's full swap.
Right.
Or the other.
I thought you were saying soft
No.
swap is. I'm like, no, it's not.
No. Soft swap, and there's different degrees of what people consider soft swap.
Right.
Right, okay. I like to look at it, and we're going to go with the CASBA definition. Why? Because it's our show and we fucking can. The CASBA definition, we'll just say, is going to be anything oral and less. So it might be, you're married to somebody else, I'm married to somebody else. That divorce pending. So we're married to other people. So the thing is that we're going to make out, you may give me a hand job, I may finger bang you, will probably be oral sex involved. And that's it. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be any, I'm not going to fuck you, none of that. That's not going to happen. That is soft swap. Mm-hmm. Right? Yes, a lot of new people in the lifestyle, when they're dipping their toes, and we've talked about this dipping toes, but whatever. When they're dipping their toes in the lifestyle, they feel like it's not as committal. Which, for a guy, it's really not. For a guy, it's pretty easy.
Right.
For the most part. I think it's more committal for a woman, but that's just whatever. So it feels safer, or like maybe less dirty, or less sinful, in quotes, if you start off with something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the question is this: as a woman, do you think is sucking a dick, a random unknown dick? Because we've heard previous stories. Sucking a random unknown dick is that less committal than taking a dick in the cooter? What'd you say? It's been so long she has to think about that. Well, no, but dirty or whatever you want to say. Less.
Probably not as invasive.
Okay. Because you can clamp down and make it go away if you need to.
No. No. I'm trying to think of how one gal had told me one time. She would only... It was like... It had something to do with condoms, though. Because going without one is too personal.
Right, and because some people are going, okay, how come everybody pushes about safe sex when fucking, but they don't follow through with that same thing on oral sex? Mm-hmm. Which is a valid point. You are going to find some people that when it comes to oral sex, they're going to require the guys to wear condoms, or they're going to wear dental dams, or, whatever the case may be. And understand, at this point in time, safe sex, we're not even talking about that one. That is a totally different show. Check it back at like episode 35 on that one. So, but just the overall comfort level. See, to me, I think what it is that people go, well, we're going to soft swap, and they can stop it if they don't feel comfortable before it actually gets to oral sex. Right? So if you start making out with another couple, and it's just not jiving, people aren't feeling comfortable, the new person's starting to sweat like a stuck pig and get all queasy, and you can be like, I can't do this, and you go around, no harm, no foul. Mm-hmm. Type of thing. It's hard for us because we didn't start that way. No. We were like, here's it. We're going to do this. Go big or go home. Let's fuck. So for us, we never did the soft swap thing. We've actually only done a soft swap one time. Mm-hmm. And that was because the other couple, that's all they did was soft swap. Mm-hmm. And we knew that. And so we were like, hey, it was at a party. I'm like, oh, what the hell? And so.
And it really wasn't much.
No, it really wasn't.
It was erotic, but it wasn't much.
We fucked really good afterwards.
Well, I'm pretty sure they did too.
I'm sure they did too. But it's still, it was okay. No big. Is it something for us? Is it something I want to do all the time? No, not really.
But it's okay.
Soft swap's kind of like going to prom. Well, think about it a little bit.
I fucked at prom. I don't know about you.
Never mind. I'm sorry. Well, that explains a lot of it. I'm sorry. It's a lot like going to prom if you're Dorky Cole, where I got a blowjob. And I thought I'd really done well. Obviously, I should have went to your school. Just saying. Anyways, so understand that some people think that. Now, to me, one of the things that comes up with that, though, is, and I'm going to touch on this a little bit later, keep this in mind. Soft swap, it's great to have the plan and idea that we're going to stick with soft swap only. But it can be very easy to all of a sudden magically make that transition to full swap, and you don't even know what happened. So keep that in mind. We're going to talk about that in a minute, okay?
Yeah.
Because
it depends on how set you are in your rules.
Well, exactly. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Don't jump ahead. Shh.
No.
No, we won't have anything to talk about the second half of the show.
Sorry.
God. No training. Anyways, okay, so...
Don't pop things on the last minute.
Hey, it's good. That's what she said over and over again. Sorry, okay, so... Gum in my throat, I'm bad. All right, so anyways... I'm going to tie into the next question with that. We had a question that was kind of funny. Why would anybody bother with soft swap? This game, I'm not even going to say where this came from, okay? But it was snotty, and it was like, so the full question was, soft swap is stupid, why would anybody bother with it? Okay, here's what I say to that. If it's not for you, fuck you, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Right? There are such things out there in the lifestyle, and we know some of them. I would call them full swap snobs. Okay? It's people that go, I won't do anything because all they do is soft swap. Well, here's a great thing. You know what? They won't even talk to them. They don't like to hang out with them. They don't like to talk to them, nothing. Because they're only soft swap. Here's the deal. Just because all you want to do is suck a dick, or that's all we feel comfortable with is oral sex, doesn't mean we can't still be really cool people to hang out with. Mm-hmm. Okay? You should not exclude somebody just because that's not your preference. If you're only going to talk to the people that you actually want to fuck, well, then you probably shouldn't go to the club, because if other people do that to you, you'll be talking to, each other only. Mm-hmm. Just saying, because that means you're a prick. But there are full swap snobs that they don't understand, they don't get it, so they won't participate in it. Mm-hmm. To me, if that's your rules, look, in our years in the lifestyle, we found a lot of people that started off with soft swap, and they have gradually gotten more comfortable and went into a full swap mode, right? So and that's the thing. And that's the thing. Now I'm just running solo here. So that's the thing, is that they went into a full swap mode as they started to feel more and more comfortable.
Right.
Or maybe they're primarily soft swap, but sometimes when they go to parties, they'll make exceptions. So
maybe that's just safe for them.
Exactly. And again, we say this all the fucking time. Remember, everybody's experience in lifestyle is their own.
Right.
Right? So if what gets you off, if what I love more than anything else is watching you be in the parking lot and suck a guy's dick, okay? That is really, really hot. See previous episodes. But I think that's really, really hot, and that's what I think is and you agree that it's really, really hot doing that, then you're obviously going to take and, then that's what you should do as a couple. That's the only thing you should do as a couple.
Right.
If that's what makes you excited and makes it. Now, are we getting any good comments on this, by the way? By the way, for those of you that don't know, we also do a live show. We're doing this live as we speak on our large Facebook page. So we like to answer questions and stuff comes up. So the thing is give people an opportunity to live their life experience how they want to live it. Mm-hmm. Don't judge somebody, okay? For not everybody's soft swap is not the way to start. Now, there's probably couples out there that did it like we did it, where they took and jumped in with both feet, with all genitalia. Anyways, they jumped all in, and they could have had a bad experience, and it could have ended really badly.
Yeah.
And maybe soft swap would have been a better way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but to each their own.
For me, if you're just starting off, it makes more sense to do the soft swap than we've seen some couples that, we only hook up with single females at the moment.
Oh, hell yes.
Because we saw a couple of those. And it's
Great news, we only look for unicorns. Well, you know what? I only buy winning lottery tickets, too.
Well, I don't know if it was just unicorns. It was. There was one couple that said, no, we're only hooking up with females at the moment. And it's just like, well, how is that fair for her?
Well, you better hope she's bi. Yeah, or otherwise it's really not. Yeah, or, because it's not a communication, it'd be no different than say we're only hooking up with single males.
I think it's easier for a girl, I was going to say, maybe not. Maybe for some, it's easier to watch their husband have sex with another female than it is for the husband to watch their wife have sex with another guy.
Yes, you see that. Okay, you see that a lot. Yeah, as you giggle. Yeah. Okay, you see that a lot because here's the thing. Here's the secret that you know that we don't know. Or women know. Chicks with cooters know that guys with dicks don't know. We think every dick feels different.
Well, we think to a degree they do.
Right.
To a degree.
Now you're telling me what? They do? Oh, getting a divorce. No, the thing is that you have more of a panic thing. Well, I think for a guy, and I can't speak for every guy. Someone will think I'm not speaking for every guy. But for me, okay, so you like guys that are... Give me a second. Okay. You like guys that are domineering and that are kind of take charge kind of guys, right? That's generally what you like.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
it's an inside joke.
Okay, so the thing is so when I see another guy, in theory, being an alpha male with you, right?
Right.
I'm an alpha male. I'm pretty alpha. I'm pretty lion.
Are
Hear me
you really?
roar. Yeah.
Imagine that.
So when I look and I see another guy being all alpha male with you, that kind of raises the cackles on the back of my neck a little bit because that's like, you get to be mouthy to people because even if you're being mouthy and it's your fault, if they say something back to you, I'm going to kick their ass, right? Because that's what I do. So if for all of a sudden to sit there and see. That was her peeing. I was going to sit there and see, to sit there and see another guy. I bet you are another guy taking and being dominant with you.
Right.
Now what should be happening is I shouldn't be paying attention to. You should get side glance and stuff because I should be over being dominant and railing his old lady.
Right.
In theory, the problem with guys is we start watching too much shit going on other places. Okay? Then all of a sudden we're watching how big his dick is versus how big our dick is, and we're watching how hard he's pounding you versus how hard I'm pounding her. And next thing you know, dicks aren't working, and then you're just sitting there staring at it, and I guarantee whenever your dick doesn't work because of that kind of shit, the other dude's dick's going to work, and he is going to rail the fucking living Christ out of your old lady. Where she's going to sit there and look like a horse that has died in the desert with her tongue hanging out going, because she's come so hard.
That was newbie stuff.
It is newbie stuff. So, okay, but that same thing, there's why sometimes for newbies, soft swap is better. Because I don't care. I see this on Reddit. I see it on our page. I see it all over the fucking place. Well, how will we know on Reddit? Now I'm pretty sure I'm ready to go ahead and do this swinging thing. Motherfucker, until you look over and your old lady has got a dick, your size are bigger because every dick's going to look bigger than yours no matter what because it's on somebody else's body. Until you look over and you see this seal killer ramming her and she's making noises that you haven't heard and you didn't even know her voice could make it sounds like a fucking dolphin. Okay, you don't know if you're ready for this or not. That's the God's honest truth. For 20 years, I begged for this. I thought I was ready. You know what? Surprise. I was wrestling a bear the whole time the first time and still trying to watch, and I wasn't ready. And all he was doing was laying on top of you, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, it wasn't impressive.
Because I'll tell you what, if you don't know as a guy if you have an imagination or not, watch your wife get fucked by somebody else. And don't talk about it. Because your mind will come up. You could go on freaking Sesame Street or Disney as an animator because you're going to have so much imagination at that point in time. You're going to vision that she saw things, she experienced things, like her world just changed for the first time. Is it true? No. Look, she didn't sneeze because you fucked her so hard. She sneezed because she had to sneeze. Really, seriously. Okay, but the first time, you don't know if you're ready. So a soft swap is an easier way into it. If you don't have a coronary when she's got his dick in her mouth, you're probably going to be ready to move on to a dick in the cooter, or dick in the butt, or dick in the box.
I don't remember that soft swap couple. I remember she wasn't bi, but I said. But
you were drunk and you were like, "Hey."
No, I said, "Well, can I give it a try?" And she's like, "Sure, but I won't reciprocate." I'm like, "Fine, that's fine by me." I don't remember doing anything with him.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
No, it was just no. You did. No, you did because she gave me a blowjob and you gave him a blowjob. Oh, but you started on her, and here was the thing. If you remember, you could tell like they contemplated. No pressure on our part. We didn't ask. We didn't in any way insinuate.
We knew where it was going.
Anything else. Actually, he asked about going further, and our response, both of our responses was, "That's up to you guys." Mm-hmm. But you could see the wheels turning, like going, and we both recognized it, and we were both. It did not progress on, and we were both very glad it did not progress on, because that's a huge step. When you've made the commitment that soft swap is the way we're going to start. When you all of a sudden leap that fence and head right on over into the old fucking zone, that's a pretty high hurdle if you haven't had a chance to talk about it. You better be really prepared for it. You better really, there's a lot of ramifications go with it. So
try to communicate with us, Sam, right there.
No, you look, there's way too many things to talk about going from dick sucking to fucking that you just can't do the other, you just can't really do the other way, one of our guys on our live just said the best. Look, if you're not paying when you're first starting stuff, when you're first like with soft or full swing, if you're not looking over your shoulder to see everything going on, you're not human. You're really not. Because here's the deal: part of what we do this for, at least for us, okay? Yes, it's fun to have sex with other people, but there's an eroticness with it. Mm-hmm. Watching that. And here's the deal: soft swap can be erotic to watch. Mm-hmm. I can tell you, it's a little bit harder to make it erotic for us after all these years. Soft swap, so you have to get creative a little bit.
I would say it wasn't that terribly long ago.
It was about 2 years ago with that couple. But I'm just saying, to make soft swap more erotic, you have to change the scenario a little bit. Yeah, I'm going there. Like, she likes outside sex. Parking lots. Random guys. Clonk, 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 clonk. Anyways. Okay, so that kind of No, I'm not ever going to flick me out while you want. That's right, I'm never going to let that go. I like I can talk. You're the one that never fires back with. You were fucking the girl you don't know her name on the tailgate. Yeah, you don't respond back with that. I'd like to meet her again because I think she was really good. She apparently also likes outside sex. Just saying. Anyways, too bad that bar's closed. So
Yeah.
the biggest thing is this: don't judge people if they're into soft swap or they're not into full swap.
Yeah.
Okay. How we
Shouldn't
doing?
judge people for what they're comfortable with, regardless.
No, and you shouldn't. And here's the other thing:
Because if you started off doing an actual full swap, but you start off with soft swap and they stop right in the middle and go, no, we can't go any further, don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Don't. Yeah, don't. You have to, regardless, when somebody says stop, you have to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the bottom line. Let me ask you, sound guy, how are we doing towards midway point? We got like 5 minutes? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do this a little different because I don't want to get on one topic so I can do a full thought process with this other topic. I know.
Process?
Shut it. Okay, so here's I want to throw this in here right now too. When we're talking about soft swap, full swap, and we gave our story of soft swapping with somebody, and look, there is a temptation in the lifestyle, especially when there's booze involved, especially when there's boners involved, and throbbing clits involved, and nakedness involved, and maybe food or pet, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Okay, when there's weird shit involved, to try to encourage someone, the other party, to get to where you're at or what you want. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm just going to say this, because this goes along with the douchebaggery of that last question, which is, if you're the one that's full swap and you're making the exception, or you're going something different, you have a responsibility to absolutely respect the boundaries of the other people. Okay, if you're the one doing soft swap, you have a responsibility, no matter what pressure's put on you, to stick to your fucking guns. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I'm going to say this right now, I'm going to say it once, and I'll say it a million times, actually, because I can. So this is number one out of a million, it'll be 999,000 more to go. If you use booze as an excuse, or a way to push somebody to do something they don't want to, you're a fucking dick. And if you were at my party, you'd be banned for life. You'd be banned for life from my page. And I would tell every administrator I knew about the other page what a dick you were and get you banned from the lifestyle. If you are a new person and you use booze as an excuse that you got too drunk, that's why you gave in and did shit, I'm going to tell you, you're a fucking moron and you're not responsible enough and mature enough to be in the lifestyle. And you need to grow the fuck up and get out until you can. Because here's the deal. Any one of us that have ever went through puberty, if you have went through puberty, which to be a swinger you should have by now, right? Okay, you understand peer pressure and you understand how people will try to get you to do things, and you understand how alcohol and drugs helps people make bad decisions. Think back to the 80s, remember the frying pan, here's your brain on drugs, blah, 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 blah. And Nancy Reagan said no. Okay, so if as an adult, if you're not smart enough to see that can taint your decision and you try to use that as an excuse, I call bullshit. Straight up call bullshit. Mm-hmm. I have no sympathy for that. Because here's the deal. If you and I agree we're going to soft swap with another couple, I have some cocktails, because rumor is I like to have cocktails.
Imagine that.
Right? And I get all fucked up, and you're busy over there going knob, 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 gobbling on the knob, following the rules, and all of a sudden, I'm too drunk, and I start railing her. Was it really that I was too drunk, or was it really that I actually wanted to fuck her? And you know, and I pushed it. And booze was a convenient excuse. Mm-hmm. So don't, look, you have to be, it's just an adult activity. You have to be convicted. You have to be solid in your rules and your communication with each other. And as far as the other couple involved, look, it is no means no. We say this, we preach it, blah, 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 all over the place. Everywhere in the lifestyle. This is the same thing, which means it's not just a I force you to do it, no means no. It's no badgering. Oh, come on. You don't know till you try it. It's really not that big a deal. It's really not that badgering, hounding, kind of trying to push a little too far, kind of trying, well, you know, maybe, no. If that's the rules, and you know the rules ahead of time, your responsibility to stick to the rules. Mm-hmm. Okay? And if you're the couple that tries to get bullied, pushed, whatever, you need to tell the host. Mm-hmm. You need to tell the host, and you need to let, you know, and then you don't go back and hang out with that couple.
A lot of people are notorious for badgering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they'll try to badger and they'll try to hound because it's innocent enough. And the other thing is, don't put yourself in a situation. Don't spend the night. If you're a soft swap couple, don't spend the night. Play, go home. Play, go back to your hotel room. Don't put it where then things can magically happen. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a concept of being smart and you know, relative about what's going on and having control. Mm-hmm. I know it's kind of a downer thing to have to talk about, isn't it? A little bit. But it is what it is. I mean, you got we have a responsibility. We want everybody to have fun. Okay. Awesome. So what we're going to do now, let's take a quick moment, if we shall. We're going to take a quick break. Are we actually going to... Krazy Winter Nights, January 19th. The semi-formal hotel takeover. The largest swinger event in the Midwest. If you'd like more information or to be a part of Krazy Winter Nights, contact us at krazy.casba@gmail.com. That's crazy, KRAZY.casba, KASBH @gmail.com. All right, we are back with the second half of the show. All right, so for those of you just tuning in, we are talking about soft swap, full swap, swappy bop. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, we had some really great comments that came up on our live during the first half of the show. I just want to mention a couple of those. Joe had a great comment. What you need to do if things start getting pressured, number one, people pressure, and that equals douchebag. That is exactly right, Joe. You were dead on. And he makes a great point. What you need to do is get away, regroup, and reclaim with each other. That's what's important. That's what you have to do. Also, Shelly had a great comment as well. She put in there, alcohol is not an excuse. Rules are rules. And that's right. At no point in time do rules change. Rules only need to change when there's been discussion ahead of time. Changing rules on the spot is never a good idea. That is always going to end in disaster. And especially if you have another couple helping you in the involvement of changing the fucking rules. Your rules are that's your special, that's like your sacred bond and promise to each other. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you have somebody else that's interjecting their opinion of what your rules should be, no, it doesn't work that way. I don't care if you're a couple, I don't care if you're a triad, I don't care. Those rules are sacred, those are your rules and your rules only. Mm-hmm. And no one should ever take and vary from those in the least.
And if I know somebody else's rules, I'll make sure they don't break them. Exactly.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna stop. Look, if you have rules and we know that your rules are no kissing, and also if I know your rules are no kissing, and all of a sudden I see you macking on somebody, I'm not gonna run up and go, that's against your rules, quit that.
Well, no.
But what I'm not gonna do is, I'm not gonna walk up and go, hey baby, and start macking on you because I know it's against the fucking rules. And that's not that with a big pouring tongue. I'm not gonna do that. Right, there's a common coolness factor there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to get to this next question that went with this, because this is kind of interesting. I'm going to be really interested to hear how our live audience responds to this too. This question comes to us. This one also comes to us from West Virginia. So again, everything's on the coast this weekend. Yay, they like us there. Anyways, it's because there was fires in California. Fire. So okay, so the rules are. Or the question was his rules. The question was, should I be offended if a couple that we originally full swapped with, when we hook up with them again, they only want to do soft swap? And I thought that was a really interesting question. Now, I tried to get a hold of these folks to get more information. They never responded to any of my emails. Okay. Bless you. So
what did that come from?
Your nose. I watched it. Anyway, so it's on the tape. Make sure you watch our YouTube channel. You'll see it. Right there it is again. Repeat. It was in slow motion. Okay, so the thing is that I want to try to get more information on this, because I don't know if they were new couples or if one couple was new, or I don't know any of that part of it. But I thought, wow, that's a hell of a question. So this is all yours, Amanda, and all hate mail goes to her. Just saying.
Well, it could be different scenarios. One could be a scenario of they decided that full swap wasn't for them yet.
Right.
Because they were having issues when they were hooking up, more mental issues.
Right.
That need to be discussed more and have more communication over.
Right.
Another scenario could mean that they really didn't enjoy it.
Yep.
And so that's just a nice way to say, no, we're only changing to this, either to hope that they'll change their mind.
Right.
Or they go, well, never mind, we don't want to hook up. Or it could be I'm okay with them doing oral, but they're not gonna have sex with us because I didn't like how they did it the first time.
Right.
I don't know. There's
a lot of different scenarios. So my thing is, and the gist of the question, I felt like the heart of how, or the feel of the question was more, should they be offended? Like, we don't want to fuck you anymore. And I guess to a degree, it's not. Look, we talk about this all the time. You can't lie. Lying about this shit is a bad thing. If you're not interested in hooking up with another couple again, what the correct way to deal with it is, hey, yeah, it was great. We're good, and just not hook up with them. Don't come up with lies and excuses. Don't try to hope that if you change it to soft swap or put all these added rules, like, it has to be on a Tuesday and you have to, rub a banana on your head and dance around and, don't do that. That's just going to come back to bite you in the ass. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because my first thought went to, somebody didn't have fun in the sex. That was the first thing. I didn't even think of the other, but
the other, first was, some rules were broken somewhere along the line, or some path was crossed that shouldn't have been.
Which even if it's that, think about this for a minute. If the fact is that some rules were broken, okay, we had an agreement and I broke those rules, and so now this time we're going back to soft swap. If I'm the experienced couple looking at that, or the other couple looking at that, that's a red fucking flag to me. Mm-hmm. Because that means, okay, you can't go back in time and solve that issue that quickly. Like, you are setting yourself up to be in a situation where it's going to be tense, it's going to be awkward, it's going to be, it's just going to be kind of a bad scene at that point in time. Because if they make the decision to jump in to do full swap, personally, I don't understand how you can go full swap and then go, you know what, we just want oral sex instead, that's better for us. With the same couple, I couldn't do it. There's no way. A different couple, moving forward, every couple from then on, I could.
Not necessarily.
You would have no problem saying to a couple that we had sex with, full swap, all of a sudden that we've changed our rules, and from here on out, we're only going soft swap, and that includes you. That wouldn't bother you in the least to say that.
Well, I wouldn't say that because
no, you'd make me say it. No, what Amanda feels like.
No, I wouldn't. I personally never had that, so I wouldn't go back that direction.
Right.
But if somebody else did, if a couple was hounding to hook up again,
right.
Instead of just blowing them off, like I just go, okay, no, wasn't worth it.
You would.
Yes, there has been some couples. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
It is.
For me, it hasn't been worth it. So I just go, okay, move on. We're just not going to hook up with them again.
And they have asked. We've found ways to politely say no.
Right.
I don't think lying and saying let's go to soft swap is going to make it any better.
Well, maybe with that couple, they just want to do soft swap.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
Because there's a reason for that. You know what? Here's the deal. The dick sucking was so tremendous. I just don't want to stick my dick in your pussy anymore. I just want you to suck my dick. That's good enough.
Okay, so let's go back to the alpha male.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. Let's go back to the alpha male.
Okay.
If the guy isn't so dominant and you are, and they see you with their wife and they go, oh my gosh, you're not aggressive, but assertive. You're very domineering.
Right.
And he felt uncomfortable with that, he might go, well, we can hook up with again, but I only want to do oral. I can't handle how he treated you, even though it's not mean, but...
Yeah, but the thing is here's the deal. I'm sorry, as a guy, as that alpha male, okay?
Or the jealousy with the female if I didn't let,
You were having too much fun, dick.
I didn't like how he was pounding you. I can't do that, and you enjoyed it too much, so...
Okay, well, let's go back to the alpha male part.
There's so many different scenarios.
We'll go back to the alpha male part for a second. Here's the deal. From an alpha male standpoint, I can watch your pussy being pounded a lot easier than I can watch a dude fucking run his hands up the back of your head, get your hair just right, the way you like it, and fucking force your head down on a dick. I could much easier, if I was having a trouble with something like that, I could much easier watch you getting fucked than watching you get fucking.
Do you know I've never had a guy grab my hair to suck his dick?
I know that you have had me.
Not really.
Because you're not big on if it's me, I don't get to have the joy of you choosing my dick over oxygen because you don't like to gag. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean. You know that if it's an aggression thing, okay, that's pretty damn aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay, if it was like the rules were hand jobs, okay, that's one thing. That's just you beating him like he owes you money. But if it's aggression, then no. Now, okay, so Amy on our live comment, and this is a good comment. Maybe they're just in the mood for soft swap and has nothing to do with the other couple. Okay, that's a really good point. Now this kind of ties in because Shelly also commented, as a human being, yes, my ego would be hurt, but yes, maybe rules were broken, we didn't know. Okay, so now...
But if she was broken, they wouldn't be doing soft.
Yeah, they wouldn't be doing soft. Because if they are, they damn well better tell somebody, because that's a whole other fucking show, and I'll get your ass kicked. Okay, so let me pose this question to you and to our listeners. Should the couple...
Which one?
The couple that got told that, okay...
We're only going
soft swap.
Okay.
Is it appropriate for that couple to ask why? And I'm just curious to see what some responses will be with that one. I know how I feel, but I have opinions about everything. Because I'm alpha. Yeah.
Well...
And by the way, tonight when we go to bed, I'm pulling your hair when you suck my dick.
Oh,
just
whatever. So, I think to a degree some people would ask why.
Should they, though?
I would just blow it off and go, okay, that's fine.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, there's different ways. You could ask politely. It depends on how well
you know them.
You knew them well enough to fuck.
Really?
Now, okay, but here's the thing.
Really? Didn't you just talk about you'd like to know who that girl is that you had sex with on the tailgate?
Hey, look, I also believe in advocate sport fucking. Okay, I'm trying to look at this from the current world. Okay, you and I we're old school swingers. We believe in the concept of this is sport fucking. That is what it is. Send your hate mail, don't fucking care. It's sport. It's fucking for fun. It's sport fucking, right? The thing is that now there's a lot of people that do the whole date, and they're so busy dating that and looking for relationships. I'm doing a whole bunch of quotes right now too, just so everybody knows. But the thing is that they should, if you ask, okay, and Nancy brings a point, no, you should respect their decision. Brian says, no, not really. That's the way they choose to do right now. I kind of agree with that because here's the other part. If you ask, what do I always say? Don't ask a fucking question unless you want to hear the truth, right? So if you ask the question, if you say, okay, hey, was it something that I did or was it something we did? You might better be prepared to hear the answer. Well, here's the deal. You have a small penis, and I didn't get off on it at all. And, your wife was a dead fish lame fuck. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, now that's an extreme.
I was going to say, I can't see you saying that to somebody.
I would never say that to somebody. You would never say that to somebody. Okay, we would say, it was enjoyable, but, we're making some decisions and changes, whatever. We wouldn't lie, but we wouldn't just be douchebags. But you have to understand there are some people that are going to be like, motherfucker, you want to know the reason? I'll tell you the reason. So you have to be ready to hear that. I kind of lean more towards just respect their decision. Mm-hmm. Just because of the fact of, again, it's, as I said earlier, if you choose soft swap, and initially that's the thing, you're under no obligation to justify or explain yourself. Mm-hmm. Right? At all. And the thing is, and you shouldn't. And the same thing with this. If you change your mind, or change how you want to play with a certain couple, you're not under any requirement to explain yourself. Now, understand, if you're the person that's changed your mind, do not be surprised if that couple says no thank you. Because if the couple, you guys were both full swap couples and now all of a sudden you're going a different path, rock on, that's you do you. Mm-hmm. But don't expect me just because to go ahead and go down the same path. I mean, it just doesn't work that way at all. So I mean, you have to You have to understand that and be with that. I think the problem that probably happens, and it would happen with me, is that, again, remember that whole imagination thing? Louisville Sluggers and all that shit? Okay, it's the same imagination thing. When you hear something like that, you're automatically going to go to all kinds of extremes. Your brain is going to just run rapid. You're going to be like, I'm a big guy. Was it because I put too much weight on her and she couldn't breathe and she started to turn into a Smurf and did I break a rib? What was it? Did she not like? Some people are into dirty talk. Did she not like that I was talking dirty? Did she? There's gonna be a million things that your brain is gonna go with. I think at some point in time in this lifestyle, you have to just be willing to go, okay, it is what it is, and move on. Because look, if you try to psychoanalyze every time someone tells you no, or every time something changes, you will be batshit crazy in no time, right? Because, think of how many people reject us on a daily basis to have sex. Thousands. It's a complete fucking lie. Nobody even asked. Think how many we reject. Not a fucking one. Send in your request cards. Anyway, so, think about all the times. Think about all the times that we have flirted, and it didn't go anywhere. Okay, if we let that bother us, you know what? We wouldn't have a lifestyle page. We wouldn't be having crazy winter nights coming up. We wouldn't have a podcast. I'm trying to see the negative here somewhere. No, we would have, you'd be out of the lifestyle.
Right.
You'd just totally be out of the lifestyle with it. So, that's part of it that you just, you can't let it, just consume you and just, you'll go nuts.
Yeah.
You really will. Now, I think if there's a pattern, if every time you hook up with a couple, the next email includes, well, we've changed to soft swap. You're doing something wrong. At that point in time, you might want to reevaluate what exactly it is you're doing.
Well, maybe sometimes you're in the mood for it.
Well, exactly. But again, you should disclose all that.
Yeah.
You should disclose all that ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't know. Something probably was else up with that.
Probably. You know what it was? She fucked like a dead fish. Just saying. It's probably, yeah. No.
What about that one question that you were talking to me about yesterday?
Which one? Was it a good one?
The friends.
Oh, yeah. The friend, yeah. You want to do that one? It's off topic a little bit.
I don't know if I can. Well, ish. You have to remind me exactly how it went because they were friends and they were trying to venture a little bit further.
Yep.
But they weren't doing full swap.
Right. Okay. So what it was, we had a couple that came to us from Minnesota, and what the scenario was that they had there was two couples. They'd been friends for a long time. All four of them had been friends as couples. And one drunken night, they started talking about, this wife had the hots for this wife, and maybe that could go somewhere at some point in time. Well, then they kept talking about it when they were sober and decided, they were going to make this happen. But they set all kinds of rules. They set all kinds of rules. It was going to be, I don't think this isn't officially a soft swap. Okay, the plan was to have same room sex. That was going to be a same room sex, but the girls could experiment a little bit. Okay. So not, even a step further back than soft swap. And what happened? Classic scenario. Everybody started drinking and started drinking too much. Mm-hmm. And then the juices start flowing and the fun starts happening and it starts off and both individual couples are fucking their own partner like they're supposed to be. That's all great. And they're both fucking them doggy style. And then the girls start making out while they're fucking, and all of a sudden the one wife, she's all over with the one girl. Mm-hmm. And the one and making out with the guy. So already first thing, there had already been a rule broke there because there wasn't supposed to be contact between the separate guys and wives. That was broken. When the guy that was left out tried to kiss the girl, that was stopped. She ignored him. Mm-hmm. So now it's turned into basically a threesome happening. And he's like, okay, well, she'll come back to me. It'll be all right. And when he tried to go back to fucking his wife, she was all caught up in the moment and nothing. And so this went on, according to their letter, the email went on for about 40 minutes. And then after 40 minutes, he was all kinds of upset. Obviously, the husband had been left out. And the wife tried to make things get up and keep going, and it wouldn't. And he didn't go into details on how he let his emotions show, but he let his emotions show. And what it was turning out to be was he was the bad guy. His wife said, I told you this was a bad idea all the way through. We should never have done this. The other couple now can't talk to him. It was all awkward and embarrassing. He's the bad guy, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck he did wrong, all because he was pissed off. And my response back to him was, you had every fucking right to be pissed. Mm-hmm. And really what it ties into even is that it's rules. It goes back to fucking rules. You can't break the rules in the heat of moment. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. When you start breaking the rules, here's the thing. Probably if he hadn't got all pissy, there had been a few more rules been broken. Mm-hmm. What would have ended up happening was he was going to sit there with a limp dick and watch his old lady get fucking railed by his friend. Mm-hmm. That's where that was headed, like a fucking freight train. Mm-hmm. Okay? So she used the excuse of booze, of course. Again, that was everybody back to the booze and the excuses for booze and everything else. And it's like, again, you have to discuss, you can't break rules and re-examine rules, in the mid-process of stuff. Right. Okay, so, and that's, yeah, you're right. It ties in because it ended up turning into, what it turned into was a clusterfuck. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier with a couple that is into full swing versus a couple that is into soft swap. It doesn't turn into a great experience. It turns into a clusterfuck. Mm-hmm. There's a huge, huge difference there. Right. Okay? So, and that kind of brings me back around to that kind of what I wanted to we were talking about why and what really almost more descriptive of why people go with the soft swap first, okay? And what the true definitions of where shit is that, okay? Does that make any sense? Where it is. Okay, so we've talked about soft swap and we talked about how important the rules are. We're trying to give you examples of how important the rules are. There are other things that some people try to lump into soft swap. And that's things like having sex, same room sex. That is not soft swap. That is two couples having sex with their own significant others. So it's like being involved in a live porno. Mm-hmm. There's no touching going on in between.
Isn't that same room sex?
Same room sex.
Okay.
Right, okay. But some people will try to lump that into soft swap. They'll say, well, it's all a form of soft swap. It's all a form of
There's no
whatever.
Swapping.
Right, but they'll say there can be incidental contact or, a girl touches another girl boob or whatever the case may be. No. It's two couples having sex in the same room. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Okay, why would I make a big deal about this? Why would this be a big issue that we want to interject with soft swap? Look, if you don't understand what soft swap is or full swap is, and you just throw these terms out there, if you walk up to us and you say to a couple, "Hey, we've been in lifestyle 6 months," okay, so you're not a newbie, all right? You are still a newbie, but you're not like, this is our first time, so we run away. You're kind of a newbie, and you go, we're into full swap. Okay, our definition of what full swap is, we're going to go back to the hotel room, and, you and I probably aren't going to touch each other the rest of the night while we're with that couple. I'm not going to come up and start making out with you first. I'm going to start making out with her. You're going to start fucking out with him, or maybe with her.
So, well, you can flip-flop back and forth.
You can flip-flop. We've talked about, you know what I mean? We're thinking that we're going to be having sex with the significant others. Right. We're not thinking any other way. So if you what you actually want is you want to take and have soft swap with some contact, okay, that's a totally different ball game. You need to specify that because you're going to have confusion. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you walk in and you go, "Hey, we've been doing this 6 months, a year, whatever," yeah, we're a soft swap couple, and you're hooking up with another soft swap couple. Mm-hmm. And what you really mean is you just want to have same room sex. You're gonna have a problem on your hands. Yeah. Okay, so you kind of have to know what you're talking about a little bit. This is where it does not pay to fake it till you make it.
No.
Okay, this is a great way to,
But you learn those terms and stuff as you go along.
You
Because you don't know them when you first go in.
No, you don't. But that's just it. If you don't know the terms, that's okay. Don't try to act like you do. That's where it's okay to say, what do we want? Well, what we want is we want us to have sex with each other, and that's it. Don't try to use a term. Just be honest that you don't know, so you make sure you explain exactly what it is that you want. So, if you start to watch... If you don't know what you want, or if things start to take an unexpected twist, okay, and it goes from beyond what you want, you need to say, we need to stop.
Well, see, that's what Shelley just said. She said rules can always be re-examined, but everyone has to be willing to take the time out in the heat of the moment. Unfortunately, when that doesn't happen, alcohol is a good excuse.
It is. And here's the other thing with... I want to touch on this with rules again, because we talk about it a lot, and I know it's kind of downer, but I like it's not, but it's kind of fun. Here's the thing. When you try to adjust rules on the fly, I'm thinking one thing. We've been together 26 years. We know pretty much what each other's thinking on a lot of things.
On a lot of things.
When it comes to sex, when it comes to swinging, we still don't change the rules on the fly, do we? Because we made that mistake once. Everybody had. And we were completely fucking night and day different on what we were thinking. There's two people that can finish each other's sentences. Like, you know what I'm thinking. Like, what I'm thinking, this fucking dog won't shut up. Okay? You know what I'm thinking. We can finish sentences, but when it comes to that, we can't.
Right.
So the thing is, you have to take, and if the original plan for that night was to go soft swap only, there'll be other parties. Okay, if you don't get to fuck anybody, or you don't get to hook up with anybody because there's nobody else to hook up with to do soft swap, that's okay. Change those fucking rules. When you get home the next day, you can talk about it. You know what? We're not getting any action this way. We want to, or whatever the case may be. Where you can talk about it, and this way when I go, well, we want a full swap. And you go, wait a minute, I don't want a full swap, or I'm okay with X, Y, Z. You want to know little things before you jump to full swap. There are couples you say full swap, that means all three of your orifices are open for business.
Yeah, no.
No, exactly. So you don't want to switch. You have to take the time to actually think this through. And if there's... Okay, and you guys that listen to me live right now, you can jump in and tell me you think I'm fucking stupid. But here's the deal. If you guys have been talking about changing the rules, and you're kind of close to changing the rules, it's still not a good idea to change them at an actual event.
No, just if you decide later that you want to try hooking up with them because it was really a big turn on, contact the couple again.
Right. Absolutely.
And say, hey, we really had fun. We really liked taking it a step further. Would you be willing to?
Right.
Because you already know them by that point.
The comfort level is going to be huge.
If their comfort level, all of a sudden, at the very last minute, they go, no, we can't do this. And we go, all right, stop.
Absolutely. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about this, and how we're doing on time? About 5? We're good?
No, you're like over.
No, we're good. We'll go longer. Okay, the other thing they necessarily want to make sure to understand is newbies. Do not make have the mistake to think that just because it's soft swap, you won't have to deal with the same issues the first time you do it as you would with a full swap. Don't think you still won't have mental issues and dealing with that you're going to have to take and handle. So that I just wanted to throw that cautionary thing out there real quick was a lot of people go in their quest to just dip their toes in it. When they're dipping, they go, well, then we won't have any of the baggage to deal with. Look, anytime your genitalia, your dick, her pussy, whatever, is out and in play with somebody other than you, you're going to have baggage to deal with. So don't base soft swap being the only reason to do it just because, well, that should be easier in the long run. It won't be. And it still won't be the same as when the first time you take and fuck somebody else. Just saying. Hey, I want to throw real quick in here. For a list of terms, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel when this video goes on our YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/c/Casbah. We'll have the terms listed and what they mean right on there. So make sure you watch our podcast on YouTube channel. All right, kids. So we're gonna. The sound guy wants to go home. Everyone wants to go home. Game snowstorms. So real quick, to give a shout out again to our sponsors. Remember, if you need more slide when you're trying to glide, get a hold of our good friends out at Spunk Lube, spunklube.com. That's right. 4 different types of lube, different size bottles. You can get little bottles, big bottles, up to gallon jugs if you want to. And make sure you always take and put KASBH, K-A-S-B-H, in the coupon code to receive your 10% discount on every time you order from spunklube.com. And also, proud sponsor, Crazy Winter Nights. That's right, January 19th. The party of all parties, hotel takeover. It's going to be in Omaha, Nebraska. In the Midwest, it's our party, so you know it's going to kick ass and take names. If you want more information about that, make sure you send us an email at crazy, K-R-A-Z-Y, .KASBH, K-A-S-B-H, @gmail.com. Awesome. All right, so there's the music. There's my cue. Woo-hoo. All right, you're going to want to make sure you go visit our YouTube channel and subscribe. We've got some exciting new features getting ready to roll out, and you're going to want to be a part of those. So go to www.youtube.com/C/KASBH, K-A-S-B-H. And if you like what you hear, visit our Patreon, www.patreon.com/Krazy, K-R-A-Z-Y, KASBH, K-A-S-B-H. And you can also follow us on Twitter. That would be @TruthKrazy. You can follow us on Instagram at Krazy, K-R-A-Z-Y _KASBH, K-A-S-B-H. Don't forget to sign up on our YouTube or on our Facebook page, which would be Krazy Truth. And you can always send us emails. We love your emails at Krazy, K-R-A-Z-Y .KASBH, K-A-S-B-H @gmail.com. And don't forget, everybody needs some Krazy Truth merch. That's right, we've got merchandise. Go to teespring.com /stores /Krazy, K-R-A-Z-Y -truth. All right, doing it the only way I know how and the only way I want to, KASBH style. Out.
Bye.